Namaste everyone. Well, in the last video we have discussed about how by synchronizing the left and the right hemisphere of human brain, theta waves get generated. Moreover, we have also talked about how by tuning to the earth frequency we can promote global coherence, which is subject to human ascension. And today we'll be focusing on how the intensity of light increases from extra low frequency to UV light and beyond, which we eventually relate with quantum jump of consciousness. However, to do so, we will differentiate energy into two realms. One is unexhaustible zero-point energy field, with which we will relate cybernetics, though we would be excluding human system from it. And second would be prana, through which we would relate human system as we are supposed to relate hypothesis given by modern science, which indicates towards in which they have defined the ground state of human being, which indicates towards the Shunyata or Vedanta. Let me put it in this way. It's about segregating the two schools of thoughts which comes under metaphysics. One is ontology, where technology, computer engineering, artificial intelligence all comes into the picture. Any system which is coming within an environment and we study together is the concept of cybernetics, though we have segregated human system as we are studying it separately under the epistemology school of thought. So by now we are aware where science is. It indicates towards multi-universe that has been mentioned in the ancient scriptures too, and we understand that scriptures are full of abstracts, scientific theories and explanations. So having said that, I would like to take your awareness back to the concept which we have discussed before, relating the 5 layers of human existence, Panchamaya Kosha model, which has been given in Upanishads, and its correlation with 5 layers of earth atmosphere, which we relate with natural science. So when we talk about this Panchamaya Kosha, with respect to cybernetics, all inanimate and animate objects, we can relate that they would come under the 2 layers of existence. One is the gross sheet and another is the vital sheet. So that's the reality for these animate and inanimate objects. I mean, they are restricted to these 2 sheets mainly. To have more clarity, I would like to take your awareness towards the Sankhya philosophy, where there are 25 evolutes mentioned in it. If you look at the chart, it's self-explanatory. I would specifically take your awareness towards atom ether, which is one of the 25 elements given in Sankhya, and its placement. Moreover, if you look at the chemical composition of ether, it gives you more clarity. And also at the second layer of Earth atmosphere, what are the chemical changes happening there? So we can understand it with respect to technology, where technology is about just 2 layers of existence, which is given in the Upanishads. So there is no concept of consciousness. As I mentioned, consciousness is still a puzzle for modern science, whereas yoga talks about it, and we have discussed about this. Let me take you to the 25th evolute of Sankhya philosophy. It talks about consciousness, or we can relate, in other words, we can say it, inner sun. So now we are introducing the Manamaya Kosha, the third layer of human existence. Moreover, if we relate it with mesosphere, that is the third layer of Earth's atmosphere, we understand the phenomena, how it's happening. Remember, we have discussed about the experiment with which, by passing the sunlight through a prism or lens, paper can be burnt eventually. So this, if we understand this mechanism, we understand how the intensity is getting increased, which is starting from the Manamaya Kosha and our understanding about mesosphere. Again, taking your awareness towards the concept mentioned in Shastras, the individual soul and the cosmic soul. Let's focus towards it, are sitting together. So it's the individual soul which tries to fetch knowledge from the cosmic soul and relates the inner and the outer cosmos. So if you understand how the third layer of Earth atmosphere works, how the sun rays goes to the galaxies, and from there information comes in the form of cosmic rays and falls on the pineal gland, which eventually we can relate with thermodynamics, entropy and information theory, the 3 mechanisms which we have discussed happening outside and within as well, which gives the awareness about physiology, anatomy, psychology, alchemy of time and consciousness. So that to say, the entire phenomenon can be related, and it's natural science which I'm talking about. So once the intensity is getting increased, we are moving towards the ultraviolet light and beyond. So we are creating more of energy reserves as with UV light, the dual aspect of matter and light starts. So we are moving towards source or vacuum, whereas when we are below UV light, we are tending towards matter, which is not ideal frequency for healing and it's not cohesive. So I believe I have made the point quite clear how we promote global coherence, as well as about the difference between the two schools of thought, ontology and epistemology, the limitations, particularly relating to ontology. Now we come back to the ground state. It's again pointing towards the sunyata, how the vacuum would be created within the human system if we understand how the energy moves bidirectionally. It becomes very acceptable. That's the phenomena is indicating towards the shunyata concept. So though the calculation which has been done in the hypothesis is totally different way of presentation, so I would leave it to you. I would share it once again with you. However, with the yogic belief system, the concept of the calculation is supposed to be done differently. As I mentioned, it's supposed to be done with Sankhya philosophy, which we related, and also with Shaivism. So there are 25 and 36 evolutes in both. And Sankhya itself means number. So we would be relating it with these two, as well as Jyotish, the science of light, which is quite ancient as compared to what we have given in the 17th century. So I would look forward for your opinion, for your views. Like-minded thoughts are welcome, which are at the same frequency, and that's the real butter, these calculations, because I mean, with the churning of the consciousness, this real butter gets can be taken out. So we'll work towards it, and I would be mainly seeking for the calculations now, and looking forward for your views, and we'll be moving at our own pace, as I mentioned earlier. So I'll leave for the day. Have a wonderful day ahead. Namaste. Thank you.